here in Foxborough after a intense Patriots practice. Ian Rappaport, Scott Pioli. Very pleased to be joined by Patriots quarterback Jacoby Brissett. Back here in New England for a second stint. A lot of familiar faces, I'm sure, a lot of familiar things. What has it been like being back?
It's been great. Just getting back familiar with the, obviously being in this area, but getting back familiar with the building. A lot of the same faces, a lot of new faces. It's just been fun. The energy is different. So it's been a great time to be here.
Talk about going back. So, by the way, you could tell who's a vet. Even the way he's holding the mic.
I'm
this is not his first rodeo.
No, for sure.
So I want to go back. This is your 9th year now,
yep.
Right? And you've played a number of different places, but there was so much talk about you. As we know, we share a mutual friend and family.
Yeah, exactly.
And so tell me a little bit about your path. Right?
Yeah.
Everyone talks about Jacoby now and here and there. Who are some of the people? I mean, Jack Daniels, who was the head coach at Dwyer, one of the greatest high school coaches of all time. How is the stuff that you learned from him and maybe that other guy, still impacting you today as a player?
It's a long list of people I can thank. Obviously, my high school coach, Jack Daniels, my high school basketball coach, Fred Ross, and the assistant coaches on both of those staffs. And obviously our mutual family member and Coach
and who
Parcells.
He's referring to, it's Bill Parcells, who's my father-in-law, but is also
my granddad.
For sure.
It's a lot of lessons that I still carry to this day. And I think the main thing is always just continue to work hard and be a good person. Those two things will take you a long place in this world. And like I said, I have a lot of more people to thank, but those are the lessons that I know I carry every day with me.
Is Bill still telling you what you do with your money?
Every time I get paid, every week, he knows the pay schedule better than I do.
But that was important in your young career, even before you had a career.
Yeah,
that
for
mentoring.
sure. Yeah, definitely. What he's meant to my career, on and off the field. Like every time he texts me, I was like, man, I won't be here if it wasn't without you. And you know how he is, his QB commandments and life commandments and everything. I'm forever indebted to him. And like I said, it's like my grandpa.
Jacoby, when people talk about you, obviously there's a lot to like on the field, and you've played very well at times in your career, including actually maybe your best football with Alex Van Pelt, the offensive coordinator here a couple years back in Cleveland. But that's not what people talk about. They talk about, especially here, how you are the perfect quarterback to have for Drake May. And I'm not saying that you're like part of the coaching staff. You are here as a player. But can you explain why that is?
I think it goes back to like I said a few seconds ago to what those people that a part of my upbringing taught me. Is be a good person. Help others. And I can put my pride to the side to help somebody else to better the group, the team, to help somebody further their career. Like I had the people that were a part of my life to do that for me. Like I told you, it takes no payment for me to be a good person.
Amen.
So I just try to go out there and live by that, and it's kept me around, and so I'm thankful for that.
But let's be clear about this, and I think people think that you have to be one thing or the other. You can be a great teammate and pour out of yourself and into the team and a teammate and compete with that person.
Oh, for sure.
And that's just talk about that role a little bit too, because as much as you're supporting him, you're competing for playing time.
Oh,
and that's
for sure.
Real.
Oh, no question. And I said this in another interview. It's like, yeah, I'm probably the perfect person to mentor the guys in my room, but I'm also the perfect person for this job to start. And I don't take that lightly. Like, I came here to play first. Like, and every time I step out on that field and my teammates see me, I want them to know, like, yeah, everything that comes with me, it comes with me, but I'm here to start, and I'm here to play and win games, and that's my plan.
So the guy you are competing with, Drake May, obviously we've talked about a ton. You know this position as well as anyone. What have you seen?
First and foremost, I'm competing with the whole room. I wanted to be abundantly clear who's the guy. I don't want anybody questioning anything about that, but from Drake, he's done a good job. He's gotten better each and every day, and that's all you can ask for all of us. I'm out there trying to get better each and every day.
Yeah.
I want my teammates to see me going out there and see our room getting better each and every day, because at some point we're all going to need each other, and the standard can't change when one of us goes in and one goes out.
And I'm just going to say this, because this is part of what the Patriot culture has been. For years and years, we had veteran players that were competing for positions, but they were selfless leaders.
Yeah.
Guys like Anthony Pleasant, who every year we drafted Richard Seymour, Ty Warren, the list goes on and on. And every year he'd look at me and wink, not this time, Pioli. but he was teaching
awesome.
those guys how to
Great.
at some point in time take his job, and that's what championship teams are built on, and it's not a Patriot thing. It's that championship teams and championship culture are about that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just look at all the. I mean, case in point with Tom. Look at all the guys that they drafted here to take his job. You
Yeah.
know, and he was a great teammate, somebody that we all, you know, who's ever been his backup has learned from. And you know, what's the one thing that stayed true is he was making sure that it was clear that he was the guy. And, you know, when he went out there and he lined it up, everybody knew who the guy was.
Exactly.
Jacoby, thank you very much for your
Thank
time.
you.
Really appreciate you. Good stuff out there.
Thank
Go
you.
kill it the rest of
Yes,
camp. We'll send it back to you guys.
Appreciate it.